What's good, everybody? You tune in to Prime Media, where people recognize one-man entertainment. This is gonna be the first time in like 5 months that we talk boxing. As I got Dillon Morrone here, trainer for Thomas Cornflake Lamana. Thomas Cornflake Lamana actually got a fight coming up this Saturday in LA. Dillon, tell the people what's up, introduce yourself, and talk about your training camp with Thomas real quick.
Yo, what's going on, man? My name is Dillon Morrone, strength and conditioning coach. So yeah, like Alex said, I've been working with Thomas Cornflake Lamana for his last camp. He has a fight coming up Saturday, May 1st, against Arislandi Lars for the middleweight championship of the world, WBA belt. I think it comes on 7 p.m. over here Eastern time on Fox Sports. It's not pay-per-view, so come check us out.
Oh, it's free. So there's no excuses for people not to watch it.
Yeah, no excuse. Yeah, it's not pay-per-view. So yeah, everybody that hears this shit right here, you better jump on there and check us out.
Yo, how's it feel? How's it feel being a trainer, my guy? How's it feel?
It feels good, man. It's a real good feeling, especially when the athletes that you work with are putting out, they're giving it their all. They're really trying. They're giving you feedback on what you do, things like that. Client trainer relationships is really important when it comes to training, and it's really cool when you can get that going. It's a real good feeling.
Dope. Anything that you have to say about Flake, your camp, or you in general before we start our topic of the day?
The camp went great. Tomorrow actually is our last session before we head out to California. We're heading out Wednesday. But yeah, tomorrow just finding the final sharpening of the steel. Like I said, camp went phenomenal, and it's going to show on May 1st. So check it out.
His muscle tone's looking good. Shout out to
Yeah.
Flake. Good luck to you if you're seeing this.
There you go.
His muscle tone is looking good, and you are the strength coach, so credits to you.
Appreciate
Credits
that,
to you. But for the people tuning in, you already know by the title what we're talking about. But we're gonna get into the boxing atmosphere. More importantly, Jake Paul and how he's been fighting recently. Because if you ask me, this guy's more of an actor than he is a boxer. He's more of that villain role. But I want to get your opinion. This is your craft. This is your field. You're a trainer. Especially you probably heard Flake and other boxers talking about it. How do you feel Jake Paul boxing is what it's doing for the boxing industry?
So what it's doing, man, like, I've been hearing so much input on this since it's such a hot topic right now. As far as what it brings to the sport, the only positive that this thing brings to the sport is new eyeballs. People that are YouTubers, other YouTubers, people that watch YouTube videos religiously, they might not even watch boxing, never seen a fight a day in their life, but are now tuning in because, someone that they know is now in that sport. So that the only positive in my eyes is that, like I said, brings new eyes to the sport. Other than that, I think it's a fucking huge joke.
Because if you look at the guys he's fighting, first of all, none of them are boxers. You could say Ben Askren's a fighter, but he's one of the worst strikers in UFC.
He's a wrestler. He was like he had the national wrestling champion or whatever. He was like the USA national wrestling champion. He was a wrestler predominantly, So he gets in the ring. When the bell first rung, I already knew he was going to get knocked out based off of how he moved.
Right.
And shit, like I said, it was a boxing match. He wasn't boxing. He's not predominantly a boxer. So, I mean, like you said, he's fighting guys that are basketball players. All right, so like now go play Nate Robinson in one-on-one or some shit. Like what the hell? Play him in his sport. Like you expected something crazy to not happen when you got two people that aren't fighters. It's pretty much a street fight. You watch street fight videos, it's usually first one that lands a clean shot, other guy gets knocked out.
Right.
It's pretty much what happened.
Do you think that Showtime is trying to create this image for Paul because the revenue he can bring in? And what I mean by that is, do you think they'll allow him to fight real fighters or step outside of boxing into UFC?
I mean, I don't think he's not contracted with anyone, is he? Like, or that new Triller shit, maybe.
I'm not sure how that works. I don't know how the whole promoting thing works. I'm assuming you just need a manager to get a fight going.
So it's like I said, if he's not contracted, he can essentially do what he wants. He can go try to fight whomever, and it's up to the other people and promoters and whatever if they want to take the fight, if they're going to both mutually sign the contract. So I mean, he can bring big numbers, like I said, because it's all new eyeballs wanting to see this, and it's the people that are Jake Paul fans for those of you that fuck are, I don't even know why you would be. But like those of you who are the Jake Paul fans are watching, but now all these boxers and everyone else is watching because I think people want to see him finally get what he's asking for.
Right.
Which, like he's calling out. You can't like be calling out these big name fighters and not expect to get an ass whooping. Like how you gonna call out Canelo and Floyd and all these guys, Tyson Fury? Like what? You're calling out the best names that have fought like wars, and this kid is what 3-0 against, like you said, a YouTuber, basketball player, and a wrestler.
Right. Because like if you ask me, and like this, I feel like we can like agree on the dude's more of a villain. He plays a role of an actor just to bring in eyes and make money off it.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm pretty sure everyone saw the Tyron Woodley statement where he says, "You had a lot to say in the locker room. Let's fight. You want to hear? You want to hear what you got to say about it? You want to fight me? You can fight me. I'll fight his friend, Jalen Love, in MMA because I want to elbow his ass. Don't want to do no little boxing with poofy gloves. I want to elbow. I want to fuck him in the face, and I want to almost break his arm and just let him out. So if he wants to fight me, he can come and fight me in the cage." Question for you, Dillon. Why would Tyron only choose to fight Jalen in the cage versus Paul in the boxing ring? Wouldn't you want to see them both fight in the cage?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably because the other guy is talking shit as the MMA guy. He wants to fight him in MMA and whoop his ass in MMA. And since Paul is talking shit in boxing, he wants to be like, look, I can do both. Step in there and whoop his ass boxing. I believe Woodley is like, arguably one of the best striking in UFC history. So like the dude can fight. He can throw hands.
Do you think he translates well into boxing?
I think Woodley will.
You think he will?
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah.
Do you see Jake Paul stepping in the cage? I want to see him step in the cage. He keeps calling out people that don't box. I want to see him step in the cage.
I don't think he will, man. He'll get really hurt. And I mean, he's not stupid. I think he knows this, which is why he's taking these easy fights. I mean, he's calling out all these guys, but then ends up fighting like a wrestler. Right. Like, look, he'll be talking all this shit right now, like to all these big name fighters, and then when he actually ends up fighting, watch, it's gonna be somebody that like is like it's their pro debut or some shit, or like somebody that no one ever heard of, or a fucking actor this time or something. Like, you'll fight Robert De Niro or Stallone. Like what?
Do you think it's going to ruin the culture of boxing going forward for people that like, let's say like if you or me decide, hey, I want to box one day, it's just making that much easier for anyone to hop in the ring?
I mean, I think it'll help people get in the ring, like, thinking like, oh, if you can do it, I can do it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it might help. I think it helps the sport, like I said. So now all these people are now getting interested in boxing. I'm sure like boxing gyms and stuff around are like, getting flooded with newer members that are wanting to box. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I get my rib cage broken if I start boxing. I can feel my cage right now. Like one swift hit, it's a wrap for me. I'm not gonna try it. I know you be training for boxing.
Yeah, I've been slacking a little bit lately. Like, well, because all my focus and time is generally with Cornflake, and his main trainers and stuff like that, where we spend a lot of time with him and stuff. So like I've been kind of slacking on my own training.
Do we see Dillon Morrone stepping in the ring one day?
Supposedly supposed to fight June 19th. I'm supposed to have an amateur fight, Violin. So that's supposed to happen. So once I'm back from LA, like I'm gonna start my camp essentially.
Yeah. Who's gonna be your trainer? Who's gonna be like who's your guy? If you're the trainer for somebody, who is your trainer?
Cornflake.
Cornflake's your trainer?
He's gonna be training me in boxing, yeah.
That's gonna be tough. Y'all gonna be like a lethal matchup right there. But when y'all gonna be fighting Jake Paul, give a few years.
Yeah, I would fight him fucking tomorrow, bro.
You gonna win?
Pay me. Yeah, I'd win, bro.
Easy.
Man, look, like I said, he's just getting into the sport. And like I said, you got all the money and stuff. Of course he's gonna be training. He's got like the best trainers.
He got a Hall of Fame trainer behind him.
Yeah, so like he's gonna like get the work in, but still like someone that's got more experience, like stepping in there with him, it's like it's gonna be different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What do you think happens if he gets his ass lit out? Dropped. Done.
I don't think he'll fight. After that. He might fight maybe one more, but then he'll get laid out again, unless he picks like another person that can't really fight to get his confidence back up. Like a tune-up fight. So that's what he would probably end up doing.
Right.
That would be the smart thing to do. That's what I would do.
What do you say about boxers that purposely pick fights like that? Like, what would you say if you had Jake Paul right in your face right now? Like, bro.
Like what?
I call him a clown.
I would. I'd be like, bro, like you're a joke, man. You're a disgrace. Like, and it's kind of disrespectful for all the boxers that really like put in the time and the hard work. And just because like who he made himself as in the YouTube world, he's allowed to just come over into the sport and get these huge fights with big paydays and stuff. And like I said, these guys are like literally bleeding in the gym, working their ass off for like since they've been 5 years old or some shit, and they're barely making, you know, ends meet trying to fight in like, you know, clubs like the 2300 in Philly or something, you know,
Right.
versus Paul's in fucking Vegas, you know, fighting just because of who he is in the YouTube world. I just think it's kind of disrespectful to guys like that. And then trying to call out all these guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like super disrespectful.
That's good. That's huge facts. I'm pretty sure you also hear like boxers talking about this all the time. Because I personally believe any guy coming out of Philly would drop Jake Paul. Because these guys train, that's what they do.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, let him fight like Jaron Ennis, bro. Like, did you watch Boots last fight, bro?
I actually seen Boots in person at 2300 Arena.
Dude, man, he would put him in the ground, bro.
He's
He'd
quick.
be in the coffin. He'd be in the coffin. He'd be dead.
Boots is what, 26-0, right? 26-0 now?
27-0 now, I think, after the last one.
You think he's gonna be the? You think he's gonna like be like the next like Mayweather record?
He's gonna be world champ, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
I believe that. Yeah. I don't see him like, losing anytime soon. I don't see him losing it. Is what division? Who's in his division?
He's at what, 47? So I mean, I don't know. He's like with Errol Spence and them.
Errol, he's my favorite fighter. Well, you know how I feel about Errol.
Yeah, I know.
Same way you like Loma. Loma's your guy.
Loma's, yeah, that's my guy.
Yo, that's crazy because well, I'm not even gonna say that, but since he has all the money, right, he could go ahead and do what he wants. Can that ruin a fighter's chance who's trying to make a come up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm assuming, I don't know how it works when they try to, like, Flake, he gets on the card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's say Jake Paul says he wants to fight somebody. Does that ruin fighters' chances that were supposed to jump up, or does that make more chances because it's another card developing?
I think it could potentially depend on who he fights. You know what I mean? Like, say he fights somebody that's trying to come up, and Jake Paul ends up beating him. Then that guy like took a loss now. Everyone his spot in the rankings, and someone else can jump in his spot. So it could help some guys, but it could hurt other guys. You know what I mean? Like, it could go either way.
Yeah. So okay, so it's kind of like a fair toss, but
I guess that's in the rare, when I say rare case, that he fights someone that means something and also beats them. You know what I mean?
So okay, so it could hold weight no matter what.
It could hold weight.
It's a regular fight.
But like, it really doesn't help that fighter though that beat him, because like, I mean, what do they say now? I mean, they got another win on their record, but it's like, all right, you beat Jake Paul. Like, if I were in charge of the records and the standings and the rankings and shit, and someone that was in the numbers beat Jake Paul, I wouldn't even move him.
It would be an asterisk.
I would just like keep him right there. They would not move because there was you should have beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think like he shouldn't have? Do you think he should have any business fighting any pro boxers at this rate where he's at? Because I asked that question because I'm sorry to cut you off. On our radio show, it was a segment. We had a caller call in, and he was talking about Jake Paul shouldn't be allowed to fight any boxers because it can potentially like damage someone's career. Like you were saying, someone can bounce up or whatever, or it could ruin a title shot. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, because look, think about it like this: when you go pro, right, as a boxer, who are you fighting? You're fighting other pro boxers that haven't really fought before either. Mm-hmm. I mean, so he can fight pro boxers, but fight a pro like a 1-0 guy or a 2-0 guy, but fight a boxer though is what we want to see.
Right. I think Jake Paul's doing a great job is what he's doing, because like he got me wanting to see his ass get knocked out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's bringing eyes to the shit because everyone wants to see that. And then, but like I said, he's got his fan backing people or whatever that actually want to see him succeed and win and whatever. But if he can now, like, look, shut me up then. If he wants to shut me up, I'll be all for it. If he gets in there with an actual boxer and beats him.
Oh, I thought you meant like shut you up as in fight you. I was like, go ahead, my guy.
Yeah, I'll fight him too. That's not the way I was going with it, but like, yeah, like I'll fight him too. But like I'm saying, if he gets in there and beats a boxer, and okay, cool. But like fight an actual boxer, though. That's what we're all asking.
Right. So I think we can agree on this then. Jake Paul is not a boxer until he beats a boxer. Well, no. He's not a pro fighter until he beats an actual pro fighter, but pro boxer.
Pro boxer, yeah, that's what I want to see. Like I said, like I won't stop talking shit until he does that.
Right.
Even
Jake
if he
Paul,
fights
you
him
ain't a
and
real
loses,
boxer until
even
you
if he
beat a
fights him and
boxer.
loses, though, even if he
Right.
fights him and loses, I'll be more be like, okay, at least he did it. And
Right.
then let's see him again. Let's see if he can bounce back and like maybe get a win, or maybe
Right.
he's done, or maybe get knocked the shit knocked out of him and he's really done. You know, like who knows what's gonna happen? At least try it. That's all we're all asking for.
Bro, because I find it mad, and like you said earlier, like it's mad disrespectful. Because think about it, Tyrone. You know how like the boxers, for people that don't know boxing, before the fight, each member of a team goes over to the other locker room to like inspect, like them putting a tape on the hands, right, and they check like the gloves, make sure none's getting like tampered with, nothing, right? And they were just sitting there disrespecting Tyron Woodley. Like that just rubs me the wrong way. And they're trying to call him like a fool and saying that they can't see him and stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's real disrespectful, right? Now I want to see Jake Paul go in the cage to fight Woodley. Because why not? Because you try and you have a Hall of Fame trainer training you, you know what I'm saying, for boxing. And you try and tell a UFC fighter, I'll beat you in a boxing ring. That's like an MLB pitcher telling an NFL player, I'll strike you out. It's like a sport. I'm not saying Woodley's going to lose that fight. I'm not saying he'll lose.
I don't think he'd lose at all. I don't think he would lose at all.
I would want to see him jump in the ring or jump in the cage. I want to see his arms get snapped like a twig.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second, bud. Hold on.
Are you good? Yo, shout out to our viewers. We hit 100,000 views overall, total. We're going to fill the time. We're going to fill the void.
My bad, bro.
Wow, you chilling.
But no, like I said, I don't think Woodley would lose that fight. You know, not at all.
That would be the first Jake Paul fight I really watch. Like I will tune in to watch. The one time we watched was when Tevin was fighting, and he lost the belt. Like Jake.
That was Logan Paul.
That was Logan Paul.
Yeah, Logan Paul lost to another YouTuber again, fighting YouTubers and shit.
Another YouTuber, man.
Like apparently it's supposed to happen. Logan Paul and Floyd. That's supposed to happen.
Yo, do you think Floyd can win that?
Yeah, of course.
Well, between the height difference and the weight difference, Logan Paul has like 60 pounds on him.
Yeah, but you still got to hit him, bro. And the heavier he is, the slower he's going to be, bro. Like Logan Paul is not going to be throwing punches like dudes at 147, like Canelo, like Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't throwing his hands like that.
And no one can really even touch
and Mayweather was dipping them. These guys. What makes Logan Paul think he's going to even like touch him? Touch him clean at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just hope Floyd actually fights him, like takes it like as super disrespect, and is like, yo, I'm gonna like knock your ass out in the first round type shit.
You think he will though? I don't know if he will.
I don't know if
I feel like it might be an exhibition for money, you know?
Yeah, they'll probably carry him. Probably carry him a few rounds and then stop him at some point, like in the sixth or something. If Jake Paul or Logan Paul even gonna play six.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna kill this fucking cat.
You chilling? I'm gonna look up. Who says something about it?
My bad.
You good?
He just keeps knocking this plant over, dude. There's dirt now all over my floor. I got to vacuum now. Oh, he's so annoying. Hey, come on, bro. But
no, but I think we were talking about the Logan Paul thing and stuff like that.
With Floyd,
yeah, I feel like you shouldn't even be able to fight that dude. I feel like that's like
I know, like how, like who is he to be able to fight Floyd? You know?
Right.
Like there's been. Cat is gonna get murdered. Yeah, like there's been fighters that tried their whole careers to fight Floyd, never got the chance.
And this guy out of nowhere is just going to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, right. Even though it won't mean nothing, like if it's exhibition or whatever.
Right. That to me is wild because I was watching Vlad TV or the dude that interviews like everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
He interviewed little Boosie, and Boosie was like, don't fight Paul Floyd, like don't fight Paul, like all it takes is one hit and your career is like everyone remembers that one drop or something like that. Like insinuating that Paul can land a shot and drop Floyd with it because of his size and the weight difference and stuff like that.
I doubt it, man. I don't know. I mean, it could happen. Yeah. I guess very, very, very unlikely.
Bro, if that were to happen, I'd be so mad. I'd be dumb pissed. I'd be dumb mad.
Right. Me too. Seriously, I'm gonna murder this cat. Oh, chill.
My man's gonna have to buy a cage.
I know. Seriously, I got one. I got one of them little crates. I'm about to put him in there. Have to be in timeout.
Yo, that's funny as hell. Because here's the funny thing to me too. Paul only be calling out everybody else but a boxer. We kind of stutter step because and the fighters he calls out are like guys who aren't even like Dillon Dennis. He ducked him. He ducked Dennis. If anything, I feel like that's the one guy he called out that can beat him in the boxing ring so far, besides up to Tyron.
Well, I mean, he called out a bunch of fighters. He called out who? Canelo, I think. McGregor,
he called out McGregor. McGregor no box.
Yeah,
I think McGregor's career is over.
McGregor can box. Yeah, McGregor's like done. I mean, he's a great fighter, but I mean, I think he's over.
I think his career's over. He got paid. His career's done.
Yeah,
UFC gloves, boxing gloves. McGregor needs to hang it up.
This fight in Floyd, was crazy for him.
Oh yeah, that's all he needed. That was up. That was it. After that, he was downhill. Cowboy was a setup fight for him to bounce back into the cage, and then he lost to Poirier. He got his dog going. So
he lost to what's it called, Khabib after that first, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost to Khabib, and then Cowboy, and then it was Poirier, and he was 1 for 2 out of those 3 fights. My man is done. Talking about he wants to fight again.
Yeah, I think he's done. Did you see what happened with Cormier at the UFC?
Daniel, they talked about him fighting.
He got his face. He got in Jake Paul's face.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw his statement. He said, come see me like the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. They won't do it, though.
No, he would get killed, too.
They won't do it, though.
Nah.
Heck no. They won't do it. Bro, any guy, that would be almost a fair fight to an extent because Dan McCormick has been retired for how many years now? Like 2 years?
Yeah, at least.
So he probably hasn't been training like that.
No, I don't know. He might still be doing the gym here and there, but not like when he was active.
Yeah, I saw that. They doing a lot. They doing way too much.
All right, like I said, though, we're gonna get if they actually have a fighter come at them and try to fight them, and they take the fight, you might get hurt, man.
Dude, he's gonna get dropped. His career can be screwed tenfold. But he's being smart about it. That means you're not a real fighter, bro. I'm gonna say right here, I'm not a fighter, so I ain't trying to talk that shit. But at the same time, I'm not walking up to OG's faces and saying I can drop you. That's like me walking up to you, Dillon, but I'll dust you. Like you wouldn't even say nothing. You probably just laugh and be like, all right, bro.
That's like me trying to fight Flake, that's like me thinking I could beat Flake.
Yeah.
That's been doing it for 10 plus years now. You know what I mean? That's like me going up to him yo, bro, I got 4 fights. I'll beat your ass. He'll be like, what? He would knock me out. Wouldn't take very long.
Yeah.
Tell you that much.
Bro,
would not take very long.
You need to be a different animal to start boxing. You need to be a for real animal. You ever have one of those quick pains where you start your elbow into something that shit hurts real quick for a little bit? You're like, you guys are boxing, bro. Just getting tapped and you can't sit there on it. You have to keep moving on it.
Yeah, it kind of it's right,
Yeah.
Kind of jolts you a little bit.
I can't do that. Or maybe I can. I'll probably spar you one day just for fun, just for the hazard of it. Just step in the ring and put gloves on. I'll get dropped for sure, 110%. I get dropped 1,000%. But I guess that's why you can give Jake Paul some credit because I guess the dude's like he could take a hit, but at the same time he ain't taking a hit from someone who's like
Yeah, I mean, he ain't really been hit yet either, you know?
it's like in football. Once you get mobbed, it's either do you want to keep playing or you gonna get back on the field. That first
exactly.
that real hit tells you if you want to.
Yeah, because he ain't been hit. Like I said, like he took like a few little shots,
Yeah,
but he ain't gotten hit.
I don't
Like
think he has a dog mentality, man. I feel like he's so much into like just making the money and being a poster
I
boy.
think he just talks. Like it's just all talk and acting. That's where he got famous on YouTube, doing his little acting videos.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel
Like
like
being funny, being an actor. Like that's what he does. He's an actor, like you said, playing the villain part.
playing the villain, bro. He doesn't have that dog mentality. He does not.
No.
Nah, Flake, you, Jesse Hart, Boots, all had that dog mentality.
Boots, that dude is a dog, bro.
He's fast.
He's yeah.
Boots is like fast. Like he's like you sitting there, you won't even see the punch, but you feel it hit. You feel it hit you. Pop, pop.
Yeah.
Next, you know your nose is bleeding. You're like, oh shit! Like he landed. I didn't even know.
Like I'll watch the replays of his knockouts and know the punch is coming in. It's still like it still surprises me when I'm watching it. It's still like fast as hell. I'm like,
yeah. Yo, who's on Flake's card this weekend? Anyone known?
Well, the main event is the Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola.
Okay, tough.
That's like the main event. I don't know anyone else that's on the card. Like I really haven't been paying attention to
right.
The other fights.
Bro, this is gonna be your second time with Flake because you were there in Philly, the leader course.
Yeah.
But like this is probably like the biggest stage you're gonna be at as of right now. Like,
well, I had him for the Mendoza fight too on
What's your feeling like when you go into the atmosphere?
Well, I would. This is my first time physically going. Like I'm saying, I had him train for them fights, but like physically going because I couldn't have had a previous like engagement that I had to, I committed to. So,
bro, what's that feeling like? That you about to like go to LA and
it's just crazy. I'm like I feel a lot better being there, because there's a lot of things I wanted to say to him, before his last fight, like I said, the Mendoza fight that was on PBC or the Fox Sports last year.
He got robbed.
Yeah, robbery. But
bro, he got robbed. I watched it on YouTube. He was robbed heavy.
Was robbery, but there was things I wanted to say to him before the fight, during the fight, after the fight that I couldn't really say to him. Like I could text him, but call him on the phone. But it's different being there, So I think being there, and like I said, he got a new trainer for like a new head trainer for this camp. So him being there, he's got a lot of knowledge, everything like that. It's going to be crazy. So like, I think the two of us being there with him and for him is going to help him.
Yeah. Bro, that's going to be crazy. Like the bright lights, like you just sitting there, bro, even just flying out there in general, bro. That's tough. Yeah. My man's went from working in the gym to training a pro. Who can say that?
It's been a journey, man. It's been quite a ride. Bumpy ride.
Pretty soon he'll be racing. And you just got interviewed too. You got interviewed by what was it? I forget. It was like a Fight Club type of channel on YouTube or something.
YSM.
YSM, yeah. Now look at you getting put in the spotlight now, and now you're here.
I actually just got a call too last week from another well-known trainer to train one of his guys. I can't really say any names or anything like that, but it's a good opportunity.
Hey, you think you'd be able to, are you able to do that? Like if you train one fighter, you can train another fighter? Like, does that work like that?
Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't train guys if they were fighting each other, you know what I mean? Like,
it
would end up that way where like two of the guys that were, I don't even know how I would pick that. Somehow ended up fighting each other. I don't know how, but I think it's the management and stuff. They do a pretty good job at keeping that from happening.
Yeah, true.
Unless the guys are beefing or something like that. But I don't know, man. I can't really release the names of the guys, but it's a good opportunity. I think I start out with them like in like 2 weeks or something like that.
So it's like a gonna happen type of thing.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Good for you, bro. Good for you. Make it point. Yeah. You're about to fight this cat, though.
I'm about to fight this cat. I'm about to get him. 1-2 ski. he like broke my plant. I'm kind of upset about it because it was my favorite one.
Oh shit! He's gonna have to you have to take care of that problem. Ease your mind, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. No, my girlfriend would kill me if something happened to this cat.
Who was it? Who was the cat for? Like, was it your girl's idea or your idea?
Well, it was her idea. At first, I was not really for it at first because I'm not really a cat person.
Yeah.
But she wanted to adopt it. It's an honorable thing to do. So I was like, all right. I mean, go to this shelter or whatever. So she went, saw the cats or all the kittens or whatever, and she liked the one because he had a tail. The other ones didn't have tails for some reason. I don't know why.
Right.
But she would send me pictures, and then when we went to go like get the cat. She filled all the papers. Like I like the cat too. Like he was kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. It's like it's a cute cat. It was like meowing and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's like adorable. So then like it got here and was running around doing cute cat shit, and I was like, this dude's kind of cool. And
No,
now
pass offside.
lets me like touch him and stuff like a cat normally wouldn't. Like other cats, if I like tried to like pet it, it would like swat at me or something. He's just chilling, like he'll come sleep on my shoulder, just sleep and lay on my neck. I don't know. He's cool. He's my homie now. My girl's at work. My girl's at work right now, so like it's just me and him, hanging out.
No, that's dope though, bro. And you got anything else you want to let the people know before we cut it out?
I mean, it's all the news that I got really. We either talked about or mentioned or whatever. The only thing I want to say is just like I said, make sure you guys tune in to Fox Sports on May 1st, 7 p.m. is when the card starts. Like I said, it's not pay-per-view, no excuse. And Fox Sports is on all the TVs too.
I watched that shit on YouTube last time.
Yeah, so
there's no excuse.
Somewhere if you don't have a TV, if your TV broke, go to the sports bar or something. Tell them to turn on Fox. Check it out because, like I said, it's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hell of a show when Jake Paul gets his ass beat by Tyrone Woodley. Let's make that happen. Jake Paul need to fight somebody. If you're gonna challenge somebody, and as a UFC fighter, fight him in the octagon.
Yeah,
or go challenge a boxer.
Yeah, a real boxer.
A real boxer. That was the premise of this video. You're a villain. You're an actor. You're not a fighter until you fight a fighter. Fight a fighter, bro. Not people who don't fight. You can't fight someone who doesn't train. That you've been trained to fight for 2 years, and you're gonna call out somebody who's been retired from their sport and doesn't even train to fight, and then want to fight him. And you're going to get hyped that you knocked him out. You clown. That's clown stuff. Got me all heated now. All heated. Fight Dillon Morrone. Let's go. Get my man's paid. Let him drop you for some money.
No.
But now, D, I appreciate you for stepping on. Yeah, where can people follow you at? Plug your Instagram for whoever watches.
Instagram is at Dillon. It's DILLON _ John JOHN 103091. You could also follow my new up and coming. We're putting together a meal prep company. So you can follow. It's called Pound for Pound Meal Prep. Okay. Instagram is P4P, like P the number 4P meal prep.
Follow you right now.
Yep, check it out. We're just now starting to get content out there, things like that. So, like I said, check out the Instagram. It's P4P Meal Prep.
Yeah, just followed you. Let's get it.
There you go. Perfect.
Let's get it. But I appreciate you coming on, D, bro. Hopefully I can have you on again. I'm gonna get you in studio next time.
And also, and throw a follow too if whoever's watching at official Cornflake Boxing. Give my man Thomas a follow. Like I said, check him out May 1st.
May 1st. And we appreciate everyone for tapping in. We just hit 100,000 views overall. Shout out to that. Thank you for tuning in to Prime Media, where people recognize one-man entertainment, and we're going to see you in a few days.